where you came from.
Remember Friday?
What you say?
5 minutes, you ready to marry a nigga. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to toot my horn.
Boy,
but
what the hell?
I'm just saying, like,
hey y'all, hey, I'm Jay.
I'm C.
And welcome to the JNC's room.
Thank you so much for clicking on us and joining our conversation. We got a few topics to talk about today.
Yes, we do.
The first one, apparently this question has been ruffling feathers on different platforms, and especially with the females. I don't know why, or with the women. And it's, what do you bring to the table? I don't know why this question is such a, they just get on the
Heavy
defense.
topic,
I don't know why, but see, you're single, you're a bachelor.
Hello.
Financially, you're kind of in a good position. You don't have no picnic, no children. So
not at all.
How do you feel about this question? What do you bring to the table?
Okay, here's my take. As a man, why must a man come to the table with more than a woman?
Okay.
I don't understand that. Why we can't come to the table together, providing together?
True.
Like the key word is together.
Yeah.
Like, why must it always have to be the man has to be this and the woman has to be that? Like, this is 2022. Like, let's all wake up and realize that it ain't 1960.
It's not.
It's not 1940. It's not 1970.
But what do you mean when you're saying, like, it's not 1960, it's not 1940? What are you trying to...
I'm saying that today's women have just as much opportunity as men.
Okay.
From jobs to entrepreneurship to doing what they want to do. This is like this is a peak moment for black women and black men, because obviously this country's not for us. So I'm saying that, like, as a man, why must I have to come to the table with more? Why we can't come to the table together and figure it out?
So do you think, like, it's unreal? So being that there's so many opportunities now for black men and black women to kind of build and be in a better situation, do you feel like it's unrealistic for a female to expect a man to come as a provider?
It's not unexpected. I mean, honestly speaking, certain situations deem that.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is, if, say you meet a woman and she's sick and she doesn't work,
okay, that's
totally different. But if you're healthy, you know what I'm saying, you should be taking care of yourself. How can you want a lifestyle that you can't provide yourself? Like, to me, that's unfair on the man.
True.
Because now his lifestyle is pretty good. This is all quotations, if he has a good lifestyle.
Situation, if this is
I'm saying, like, if I have my own crib, why should a woman that doesn't have her own crib dictate that she only want to deal with guys that have their own place, their own car, they work? Why, as a man, why can't I want the same?
Okay. But what if she, and this is like scenario in this case, where you have a female that kind of comes and she's like, this is what she wants. She wants a man that has an apartment. But she could also have the mindset, like, if he has an apartment, I'm going to come in and I'm going to, make his apartment more of a home, or like,
wow. You said home? You said home?
Home.
You said hoe? Make it more of a hoe? Whoa.
Just come into the place and make it more of a home. I'm going to make it warm. I'm going to cook for you. I'm going to clean for you. I'm going to do the things that you don't have. And this is why she's like this. She wants a man that's...
I don't have.
In her mind. You don't have... Or like the fact that when you have a home, there's a certain thing that a female brings to the...
Just as a man.
To the home. Yes, basically. So what if that's how she's thinking? Like, I'm just going to add to what you have. Is she wrong for having that expectation of a man having a place even though she doesn't have one?
Honestly speaking, how long are you going to... When are you going to reach that point to where you are in my home?
Truth.
So you're not making my home if we're dating. You're not making my house a home if we're dating. So realistically, I live alone now.
Yeah.
I think my house is a home. I'm damn comfortable in my house.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, I get the concept of a woman saying she's going to make it a home. But if I already know how to cook, I already know how to clean.
What are you bringing to it?
What are you bringing to it but yourself? So basically, you're trying to tell me the kitty is that important?
And that's some of, but you know, that's some of the responses. And that's my thing. So with me in this question, like I have posted this picture up and it's basically a female saying, I am the fucking table. And another female basically putting her heavy, you know, her heavy kit on top of the table.
Yikes.
Basically saying like,
Yikes.
This is what I'm bringing to the table. And to me, it's crazy that like, and this is a lot of response from females. Some females kind of have the response of like, I'm going to make this a home. I'm going to, you know, help you become a better person and all this stuff or whatnot. But it's crazy to me that like females feel their worth is just their cooch or kitty. Sorry, you too. But like it should be, or even the fact of females saying, yo, I am the effing table. But why are you this effing table? Some females say that stuff and don't have anything. Some females say they got the cat and they shit and it be trash. Like,
I'm gonna lie to you, I never met a woman that said she got whack cat.
I mean,
I never met one woman that said her cat is trash. I never met a woman that said her vagina is trash.
Okay.
And I met guys that I ain't got no big dick. I'm a regular dude. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm trying to say? So I think that, like I said, I think both genders overvalue and undervalue. In reality, my penis is just as valuable as your vagina.
Basically.
And think about it. You know, it's good to the ratio thing. It's in New York City is 8-1. For every 8 females is 1 guy. So
we are at a disadvantage, females. We are at a disadvantage, okay?
And then y'all want to do stuff
real out here.
You want to do stuff to X yourself out of the 8.
And the crazy part is like, and I know some of y'all not gonna feel what I'm saying, but the crazy part is, you know, the older you get, unless you got some tricks in the bag, you know, and those tricks only last for too long because, you know, they coming up after us and them these chicks got a totally different
mindset.
Different. They doing stuff for, this is going to be a little too risque, but I remember I was talking to this one dude and he was like, you know, we was getting intimate or whatever the case is, and he wanted me to just like drink his milk just off rip. Like, drink his milk
leche?
Just off rip.
Like,
and it's just like, I was like, what? And he's just like, yeah, like, it's not even that serious. And I was like, what do you mean? And he goes, how like this is a norm for like females just to be drinking all dudes milk. Like, it's just and I'm thinking like, dang, that's supposed to be something, you know, you trying to be.
It's the same thing as tossing salad.
Like, but
you're not just supposed to just do that off rip. Like, people don't like that. That's the thing. They're devaluing intimacy. Like, how you devalue intimacy? Like, you're not supposed to do everything with anyone. So like, if you're doing everything with everyone, then how valuable is it truly? Like, how can you, let's get back to the topic, right? Mm-hmm. How, if you're doing everything with everyone, then are you the table? Because then you're just doing it with everyone. It's like anytime minutes after 9.
Basically.
Call anybody.
So it's just like, for me, I personally feel like, and another thing about this question is, I feel like a lot of this question is being asked by some bitter people.
Yes.
Some people that have been hurt. Because I'm sorry, in all of my dating history, and you know, I've been alive for a very long time. I mean, I'm out here. But
she's golden now. She's golden.
I'm golden.
So, she's very nurtured.
So, you know, I've never been asked this question. I've never been asked, like, what do you bring to the table? And, you know, I feel like in reality, like, it's a dumb question, because you're going to realize what somebody brings to the table as you get to know them. And go ahead.
Now, here's the thing, right? This is something that I feel, right? Everybody shows their representative. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I'm very fortunate that, like, my observation skills is like a superpower. Mm-hmm. I can ask you something that's really, I'm trying to get into another question. I'm really trying to find out something. Mm-hmm. So for me, I could pretty much find out the theory about a girl or what she's really about within the first conversation, because I can break it. But not everybody has that skill. So for me, I understand why guys don't want to, you know, sit a whole bunch of time dating a woman that's fine, that's spending money, because women don't like paying for dates. Mm-hmm. Women don't like spending their money. Like, and not for nothing.
Not all women. Let's not say
I'm
women.
talking about generally.
Yeah,
The general consensus. Like, most women don't like spending the money. And let me ask you a question. When was the last time you paid for a date?
February 6th.
How many times you pay for a date with that guy?
Listen.
No, I want an honest question. I want to answer.
Maybe like, I'm gonna say twice.
And how many times he paid for the date?
A lot of times.
Exactly. So, and it's 8-1. Now, I'm not saying that women should take men out on dates. I'm not saying that at all.
I mean,
I think that it's a certain masculinity thing for a man to pay for a date. What I'm trying to say is that take up some reins.
I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, that's gonna,
But here's the thing I'm trying to say about the whole what you bring to the table. How many, like, a guy's gonna have a cap in his mind of how many days he's gonna spend on a woman before he be like, she's not the one.
That's not. But then again, so let's go back to this situation where it's like, here I am. I maybe pay for like 2 or whatever, and he paid for the rest. But what I bring to I don't think that what should be brought to the table should just be seen as financial or seen as monetary. So yeah, I might have done, these 2 dates or whatever the case is, but at the same time, because of the fact that I provide you with more than financial, because I bring you a peace of mind, or I'm nurturing, or I'm loving, or I'm trusting, or I give you someone to basically be able to just, forget about the world, and here I am giving you comfort. And not saying that he doesn't give me the same thing, but what I'm saying is, and on top of that, then it comes into the whole part of like love languages. How you show your love or whatever the case is. And that might be how he show his love.
I think that's a problem for a lot of men.
Basically, and how I show my love, I'm extremely nurturing. But would I still be in the situation if he didn't take me out on dates that he had to spend money? Yes, because you could definitely. That's another problem. Even though men complain about the fact of like, I'm always paying for a date. You literally can create a whole free date that'll sweep a chick off her feet. It's about you improvising. Now, if you don't want to do that and you just want to take out to eat, and that's what you're going to do, then that's what you're going to do. But there's so many other ways to take a female on a date.
But the key thing you're saying is him taking her on a date.
But she could do the same thing. I improvise stuff as well. Like, but just because I'm not going to spend money doesn't mean that, this date is less than you buying me food.
I'm not comparing.
You get what I mean?
A date is a date, no matter if money is spent or not.
The only reason why I said men doing it and him creating a date that's free is because men are usually saying like, I got to do this, I got to do that, so then if it's the fact that is stressing your pockets. Think of other ways to get. You don't always have to spend money to get to know somebody.
What I'm trying to say is you're talking about, you give solutions for what men can do.
Yeah, okay, I get it.
Audience, did y'all just notice that?
But
she's specifying what men can do. But she is not specifying what women can do.
Because that wasn't what you were saying.
Wait. And this is an ongoing issue between both genders. Right? Because it's not about what we're going to do. It's about what one other person's going to do.
But it's because you just said, the example you was giving was more of like, and how many did he pay for? And this is the problem. Men are always paying for it. So now I'm going to give a solution.
I never said it was a problem. I'm just saying that, honestly speaking, sometimes some men just like paying for all the dates.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. What I'm trying to say is, it's more of the man to initiate those things. And I'm not mad at that. Me personally, I pay for majority of dates.
Okay.
And I'm honest with that. But a lot of the times it's because I'm doing what I want to do.
Okay.
And not for nothing, if I'm doing what I want to do, I should pay for it.
Okay.
Like, if I want to go to the bar or to a hookah lounge or to a club and it wasn't necessarily an idea, if I'm always coming with the ideas, I can't be mad if you're not paying for nothing, because you're not. When you do come up with something, that's when it's time to see if you're gonna.
Yeah. So now, and to go back onto like what you bring to the table, even though once again I don't think that question should happen, but if you're gonna ask that question, this is kind of where that needs to be discussed. Now, is it whack for a dude to be like, hey, so I'm okay? Is it whack for a dude to be honest? Do you feel like would you say to a female like, yo, like I'm okay with, you know, taking you out here and there, whatever the case is, stuff that I like to do, but I expect you also to chip in for these dates or to, I don't know, organize these dates or
me
plan
personally,
dates.
I don't say things like that because that just makes you sound cheap. But me personally, I feel like if a woman really likes you and cherishes you, then she'll make an effort.
Yeah, she will.
And sooner or later, the red flag is gonna be there.
Basically.
But I'm the type of person that kind of found the red flag quick. Like I don't like wasting nobody's time. So once I figure out a person and I see they're not going in the same direction I'm going in, I just be like, I step away. I be like, just be friends. Blase, blase, blah. And honestly speaking, it is what it is because naturally you want someone that's going in the direction you're going to. You don't want no one that's going opposite of you because then you're backtracking.
Basically.
And I'm not trying to say that they're going reverse in the sense of their life roles,
or
but
just not going in the
like
same,
some people are habitual daters. I'm not a habitual dater.
Yeah,
which
I
means,
couldn't do it.
I know
I don't have the energy.
like I'm gonna date the woman that's my girlfriend or the one I'm serious with because sometimes in today's thing, titles are difficult for some people.
Yeah,
and you could be in a whole relationship and not have no title.
Yeah,
you know what I'm trying to say, and that's because.
But so my question is there anything wrong with that? I personally feel like I mean, not to say that you said anything was wrong with that at all, but it's just what makes sense for those people. It's what makes sense for that couple, for those people. You get what I'm saying? Like, so say, like for example, where I was working at before, there was a lady, her and her man opened up a business or whatever the case is, and they were together for like 10 to like 12 years. And they had just got engaged. And she was just like, yeah, like, I ain't married him yet, and it's okay. Like, he's still here. He's right here. We're working together. They opened up businesses, and she's like, what do they say? If it's not broken, don't fix it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like what works for you or whatever. So is it, I don't
see now. She's talking about the title of marriage. Not
even marriage, just regular, even just girlfriend boyfriend.
But I'm saying in that example, we just got engaged, so they're talking about moving towards marriage. So
basically,
what I'm saying is, titles are not that important, but what y'all doing is still classified as something.
Yeah.
Like you could not have a title with someone and that be your girl. And that, see, to me, that's something that people put so much emphasis on titles. To me,
yeah,
you could be in a relationship and not be boyfriend or girlfriend and do the same exact things as boyfriend or girlfriend. It's just that y'all just didn't put a claim on it yet. And to me, it's nothing wrong with that, and there's nothing bad with it. But it also says that one of the people are not. They don't want to put that responsibility themselves of that title. Yeah. But regardless, you already doing it.
Basically. But something, even though I don't know. Me, I'm kind of weird when it comes to that. I'm also kind of old school. If you ain't asked me to be your girlfriend, you're not my man. But if we're exclusive, we're exclusive. Like, we're committed to each other. And I feel like there's a different type of obligation that comes along with those titles. Now I'm taking you even more serious. Not saying that I wasn't taking you serious before, but now there's different, I guess, expectations.
So to piggyback on what you just said, I don't do that.
Okay.
If I'm taking you serious, in my mind, you're like my girlfriend. I might not say it, but you're like my girlfriend because there's a certain level of respect I have to give you.
Oh yeah.
If I'm dating you exclusively, which means you're the only one I'm dating, I mean,
you still respect that.
Understand what I'm trying to say. Yeah. If I'm exclusively dating you, you spend nights at my house. Mm-hmm. We go out on dates. We spend time. We probably went on a vacation together.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So
the only thing, like for me, I think that men don't like to be the initiator of the girlfriend or boyfriend thing.
Why? This is one of the. Go ahead. I'll talk.
Honestly speaking, I can't even answer that. To me, it's not that deep. Honestly, to me, it's not that deep because the only difference between boyfriend and girlfriend and being serious with each other is that it's much easier to cut one off. But it's not that easy.
It's not.
It's really not that easy.
It's hard.
It's just as hard. So like for me, it's just like you gotta play the I hate to say this, you gotta play the game. So like
the game is messed up.
The game is wicked.
And messed up.
You say it all the time. I don't want to be a part of the game, but you have no choice.
Like
you have listen. Once you're dealing with someone else, you're in the game. The only time you're not in the game is if you're not talking to no one, you're not dating no one, you're not doing nothing.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. And I can't say that once again, you know, I can't say that I'm not the best person to listen to because my love life has been
yikes.
Enough. I didn't need the sound effects. But I've had some, you know, some rough, you know, some bumps in the road. But either way,
sound like mountains.
And, so either way, ain't no mountain. but I can't play it. I'm too. First of all, I'm a simp. I'm simp crew. I love hard. I'm in it.
There's no such thing as a woman simp.
Yes, there is. There's a lot of female simps. It's just that the category hasn't even been put on blast. But there's a lot of female simps. Girls that are in these relationships with ain't crap ass dudes that treat them like crap.
You think that's a simp?
And then they
think it's a female
hold
simp?
on, let me finish what they do. They still have this dude on a pedestal. They paying for stuff as well. They paying his bills. They loving on him. Listen, I ain't got to talk about. I ain't paying nobody bill, but you know, taking them out when you dealt with a dude that ain't have much, but you loved him because you know he was who he was, and you still treated him like a kid. That's you simping when you putting somebody on a pedestal that don't need to be there. You simping, you're loving, and yes, I am. And a lot of females will not admit it. You get what I mean? That they do this, but there's a lot of females that be with Jerome, Sherrod, you know, Diego.
Say my name. Say my name.
Diego, Omar, you know, Trevor, all of them. Rico, like all of them. Devontae, like, and be loving on these dudes or whatever the case is, and these dudes be dragging them in the mud, and they still there like, that's my man.
But do you know?
I'ma stick with him.
Here's
that's
the reason.
That's a simp chick.
Here's the reason why I think women do this. I don't think it has nothing to do with them being a simp. I think that they are afraid to be alone. They don't want to be alone, so they deal with the toxicness of that person. Now, if the roles were reversed, where it was one of y'all, 8 of us, trust and believe it might be different. I don't think it's going to be completely different, but it's going to be a little different. But
the thing about it is, I don't think it would be any different because even now, females don't understand that we're at a disadvantage. Even now, males don't even understand that they have the advantage because there's 8 females to 1 dude. So the female who's dealing with this dude, right? Hold on, wait a minute. So the female that's dealing with, you know, Sherrod, Jerome, Diego, Rico, Omar, and dealing with all the bull crap, she's not thinking about like, oh, you know, if I leave him, you get what I mean? I'm not gonna have nobody else. You really be stuck there dumb in love. And in love, like, oh my God, I love him though. You making excuses for the stuff that he do, like, oh my God, you know what, it's just because he don't know no better. It's because nobody show him how to love. Hello, like, this happens.
You see, the thing is, right, is that every human has the capability of being a good partner.
Yes.
Some men don't. You could be that girl.
Yeah.
You could see him as that guy, but he might have never seen you as that woman.
Very true.
And he's just dealing with you in the meantime because you're convenient.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
And they could be dealing with other women.
Yep.
And waiting for the right one to walk along and be like,
yeah,
I found her.
Yeah.
Now I'll be like, Jay, you know I like you, girl, but you know I think we should just be friends now.
Yeah. I gotta fix myself.
And then 2 months later, you see him on Instagram, so holding hands with the next one.
And so this is why, and then now we going back to this whole like what you bring to the table, whereas a guy doesn't have time to wait. He does. He definitely does have time to waste because he has a whole bunch of options. So if this one don't work, he definitely has time to waste.
I don't think he has a whole bunch of time. I think he just has more more choices.
Basically. So whereas, and now I'm not gonna lie, even though I do not agree with females being like, I bring pussy to the table, excuse my language, I bring kitty to the table, or I am the table, and the bitterness behind it is because, one, they've dealt with so many dudes doing them dirty. It's like, nah, I'm gonna come to the table, and if I'm gonna get screwed, this is what I got. I'm gonna get screwed anyway. So what you bringing? Now, yes, you need to provide me the table, and you need to provide me the milk and the honey and the steak. I'm not saying this is right. I'm just saying I can understand why some females come to the table and feel like, this is what I bring. Bring the table the food. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna cook it or whatever the case is, and that's it. Because at the end of the day, I'm still gonna get screwed.
See, the thing is, this is to me the biggest problem women have. Their eyes are bigger than what they always want something that's not necessarily good for them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So like me,
men too though.
Men realize that they're toys after a while. Like me,
not
right?
all men.
Like I'm not trying to brag. I never had an issue getting women. I never had an issue getting any kind of woman. If I wanted a super attractive woman, I could get her. If I wanted a middle of the pack woman, I could get her. If I wanted a chopped up woman.
But that's because you know how to talk to females. You're part of that rare little rare group. Ladies,
Listen,
there's
I'm
a rare
chubby.
group of men.
I'm chubby.
But you also know how to talk. You can have a conversation. You can hold the conversation. There's a lot of guys who don't know how to do this at all. Like past the first what's your how
Chris
old
Tucker
you are,
said,
where you came from.
Remember Friday?
What you say?
5 minutes you ready to marry a nigga. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to toot my horn.
Boy,
but
what the hell?
I'm just saying, like, you gotta understand, right? I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm saying I have my flaws. I am not tall. I am dark skinned. Some girls don't like dark skin. I am chubby. Some girls don't like chubby
dark
guys.
skin all the way. I don't know what you're
Listen,
talking about.
I got a big head. You know what I'm saying? I'm chubby. I got man boobies. I don't fit the description for a lot of women. But the difference is that women are still looking based on finances and looks. They play not all women.
Yeah, because
they play the personality after that.
Finances more than looks. Because I'm telling you, right, there's a lot of beautiful women with some ugly. I don't like to call people ugly. I'm gonna just say, visually challenging people who
Yikes.
ain't all right. That ain't. And I'm not saying that because I think I'm all that. I'm just saying that from facts of there's females who are with guys. Yes, of course, their finances are up there, but physically they ain't all that. You get what I mean? There's also, I'm not gonna lie. There's also females that are with a guy who's just hella funny. What? You can laugh a shorty out her drawers. So therefore, exactly.
What?
Hello.
Who?
You funny too. So
I don't know what you talking about. I'm dry.
I just
clear eye, dry.
There's a lot of females who, yes, I get the finance part, but I don't think that it's the looks part. But at the same time, here goes another reason why females come to this table a little abrasive, because that's after a certain age.
You know why they come abrasive? Because the numbers don't work in their favor.
I was about to just say.
And here's the funniest part about it.
And then after a certain age, society says you're no longer valuable. That's serious. After a certain age, this is my age bracket. Once you're first, probably 30. I don't even know. It might be young. It might be younger than that.
I say 35.
35. After that, you're not even valuable. So now it's I'm coming to the table what's up? I can see, but I feel either way. That question is, once again, I think that question is dumb. I feel.
Honestly speaking, I don't think the question is dumb. Depending on how you ask it and how you push it. Mm-hmm. If you push it on something like, I'm that nigga, and what you coming to the table?
Ilk.
But I'm saying that's to me negative. If you be like, yo, I got my stuff together, let me know what's going on with you.
Yeah, but see, that's a different way of asking it. That's
the
actually
same way. It's just I'm saying it's smoother. That's all.
But that and it's true. From how you're saying that, it just sounds like, oh, you're trying to get to know me. as opposed to what
But
you bring to the table.
That is trying to get to know you.
No,
it's just very direct.
Yeah, and it sounds as if like, what you giving me?
Nah, you see, the thing is, right, when people don't understand, when a person asks what you bring to the table, it could be so many different things. It could be your personality. It could bring what kind of happiness you could bring to me.
That's very true.
It could be. Now we could talk about your finances. We could talk about where you work, how you living, what do you drive, do you own businesses. That question is so wide that's how you know when if a female asks me what I bring to the table, I'm not gonna feel offended.
I don't think you should
The next question I'm gonna ask her is, what do you mean?
Exactly. But I just feel like, why not just ask
Honestly speaking,
this dude or this female about their life? What are you doing? What do you like?
It's in women's favor to make it longer. It's not in a guy's favor to make it longer.
Well, all the whole
because he got choices.
I mean, but
think about it.
But that's why it's in his favor. Because even if he lasts long, even if this situation, first of all, it's so cold out here. Females don't care. Females don't care if you're talking to somebody else. They don't even care if you're in a relationship. They don't.
Some don't.
A lot. You know what? A lot more don't care than those who have. So
respect. now let me get into this angle.
It goes back to the numbers game.
No, not the numbers.
No, but that's why
some women are meant to be side chicks. Some women are meant to be girlfriend number 2. Some are meant to be a mistress. And some are just meant to be a jump off.
Yeah.
Straight up. And
are they meant to, or
that's what they put themselves in?
Yeah, basically. So it's not literally not saying like, oh, this is what
because there's been plenty of times I was talking to a girl. I'm like, yeah, I'm talking to a few women. And they'd be like, all right, I don't care. And then there's been a woman that said, oh, you can't do that with me. We start talking, we getting serious, you're going to have to. Because she wants to be number 1.
Yeah.
And you got to respect that. You have to, because you know why? Every human being deserves love. Every human being deserves a partner. Every human being deserves happiness. So
you also got to respect that, because it's just every human being deserves a choice to kind of be in a situation, as opposed to somebody lying to you and now you're in a situation and you didn't have a choice to be a part of this.
How many times you heard a guy with a woman, he has a girl? Plenty of times. You know what? They ate the one. Yeah. He's just having fun.
Basically.
But the main one he really cares for and love, which sounds crazy. How you care for and love with someone and you cheat on them?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because it's in men's DNA to hunt. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna lie. Sometimes it's on and sometimes it's off.
What you mean? Like you're hunting?
My hunting. Like sometimes I'm just like beast mode. Like
it's so annoying.
It's so like, know what I mean? And it's like, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's been times I'm not gonna say recently, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, I might have done 15 new chicks in a month.
Lord.
And that's horrible. Look.
Meaning horrible that was a low number?
Huh?
Meaning horrible that was a low number, or horrible that was a lot?
It's a lot.
Okay.
15.
I'm about to say.
You know what's crazy? This is why I know that men don't understand their value.
They do not.
Because I have friends that's my age, and they got maybe 20 bodies, 20, 30 bodies, and guess what they want to be? They want to be a player, but because they can't talk to a woman.
Go ahead.
Because they can't talk to a woman or connect to a woman quickly. This is how they get, and they just like, you know what? I like her. All right, bro, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Be like that. Some men are meant to be one woman men.
Yeah.
And some men are just, they got it.
Okay.
Me, I learned a long time ago, when you do wrong get done back.
True.
And karma comes back. So.
Go ahead. I was doing this. I was like,
go ahead. So for me, I've learned, I want to say after 26.
Okay.
That players, I ain't even after 26. Honestly speaking, after 20.
That's still young. That's a young
after
age.
20, because I was a choppy when I was 18, 19, 20. And you know what a choppy is, you know? You going to give them the definition of a choppy.
All right.
So I was a choppy, so I was a primetime choppy too. But I wasn't no BBQ's choppy.
A BBQ's choppy?
Yeah. Wait. Golden Corral. I'm gonna get the other people out of state. Golden Corral.
Okay.
I wasn't no
what kind
Waffle House. I was like Adele Frisco.
Oh. Okay.
Like, you gotta take me somewhere. Like, we going somewhere? All right, cool. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? So, I've had those opportunities in my life when I was younger, much more handsome. I cannot lie. I was much more handsome, slimmer, had a lot of stamina.
You have the same face. I'm just gonna like.
Nah, I was slimmer. I was a lot slimmer. Lot more stamina, lot more energy.
Oh, okay.
Could do the thing.
It was a stallion.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Maybe a thoroughbred. But you know what I'm saying? So, like, I got that out of me at an early age. And then I realized doing all that stuff, it comes back. Like, all that stuff comes back in bad relationships or bad encounters or just bad luck. It ain't even got nothing to do with women. And I always believe that what goes around comes around. So, like, I started living my life when I got into the military to be on some, you know, try to be a righteous man.
Yeah.
But I still got a little hoe in me at that.
I
can't help that shit. But that's because I have things that other guys don't.
Yeah.
I can talk.
One of the things I wanted to like get back to was where you said like some men don't value themselves and referring to like the numbers game and how they can have all of these females or whatever the case is, but some of these men have like, and I don't want to say, it's gonna sound messed up, but some of these men ain't all that. Some of these men ain't, you get what I'm saying? Like,
likewise with the opposite sex.
Of course, some chicks ain't all that either. There's even this question here where it's just like, when I mean like, it's really only bitterness around the question, where it's only the bitter ones asking this question, and the bitter females who respond to this in a negative way, where it's just like, oh, I do this and I do that and I do this, as if somebody was discrediting you. And it's just like, when it comes to that, I just feel like, a value of a person shouldn't be just because of the fact that they're outnumbered by so many and they can have so many. It's really the kind of person that you are. Mm-hmm. You get what I mean? Even with this whole table situation, it doesn't really matter. The table doesn't really matter. It just matters about like the two people who are there and what works for them. Back to like what makes sense for them and what you bring to it. What are you gonna bring to this person's mental, spiritual? How are you gonna make that positive? How are you gonna compliment them the same way how they're gonna compliment you? You get what I mean?
Compromise,
basically.
But back to this topic, I have to say this, right? This word baddie, like.
Let me look up choppy while you do that.
Let me get into the camera. If you don't got your own spot, your own situation, you're not well established, you're not a baddie. It does not matter if you look extremely good. Mm-hmm. You're not a baddie. Because when you get around women that's real baddies, you're going to look feeble. You're going to look not adequate. You're going to look like, oh, Shorty just bought the bar out? Shorty got a table for her and her friends?
So a baddie to you is someone who has the looks and has the money.
No, you don't even need to have the looks. You
be
could be a 7, but you got your life together. It's not even about finance. You got your life together to where when a guy comes into your life, your lifestyle's not upgrading too crazy. Your lifestyle's already good. If your lifestyle's like this, and you get with a guy, now your lifestyle's up, you wasn't a baddie to begin with. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Like, society is making y'all think y'all looks truly matter. Your looks only matter if you selling sex.
Oh, man.
If you're selling yourself, like, that's when looks matter. Mm. And guess what then? If you're selling yourself, your value is not the same as a woman that looks just like you, not selling herself. That got her own.
All right, say that again. Bring that back. Say it again.
All right. If you and another girl look great, y'all both look great. You don't got your own, and the other one does. She's a baddie.
Okay.
You're good looking, and you're trying to be a baddie. Don't confuse good looking for a baddie, because a baddie is like Cardi. A baddie is like Jennifer Lopez. A baddie's like these women that have successful careers, that when a man come into their life, they're not changing their lifestyle. It amplifies. Their lifestyle's already excellent.
But that's not like how everybody sees it. That's not how like the media, let's say social media.
But
and
that's
like
but that's what I'm
is
trying to
just-
say. But this is what I'm trying to get at. You're not a baddie if you live at home with daddy. You're
But
not a
that's
baddie.
not what the term was made for good looking, a female that is top tier in looks. You get what I mean? That's really it. That's really just the
Cool. Then I have to reassert my meaning.
But that's your meaning. Just because it's not wrong. All I'm saying is the general meaning of it is really just a female who's top tier, beautiful. But a baddie to you is a female that's that and has her stuff together.
Not really that.
Like
I just said she could be a 7.
Yeah, but she looks good, whatever the case is. 7 doesn't mean she's ugly. She's still a
Decent looking woman.
Yeah, she's still a good looking female. You know, and she has her stuff together. You know, I personally, you know, it's just like the term bad bitch. I hate that term. I hate it because I feel like I just don't. I mean, even though I understand how females try to take it, and you know, this is just an empowering word for them or whatever the case is, and this is just to make them feel strong or whatnot. But there's nothing with saying like, you know, a strong female.
You're a bad female dog.
Yeah, you get what I mean?
Yikes.
But I'm not. But that's how, you get what I mean? That's how I look at it. Like, why would you call yourself that? But I understand some females, they take it and it's like it's like the whole slut walk thing or whatever the case is that Amber Rose do. I totally understand that. It's you taking a word that was used to degrade you, that was just kind of like the N-word. It was used to not how severe, you know, the N-word was to that or whatever.
Obviously.
But it's
But
a word
remember,
that
the word bitch goes to all women.
yeah.
The N-word is targeted to the male or female black African
Yeah,
American.
but it's
or
still,
Caribbean American, Afro-Caribbean, or African.
basically
Anybody that's
African descent.
melanin.
Yeah, but that word was taken and they used it to empower them as opposed to bringing them down. It's the same thing with Bad B. Word that was used to degrade females. Now we're gonna take it to empower us. My thing is more of like, it was used to empower you, then use it in empowering ways. Like, don't say, oh, you're a bad bee because you roll up in somewhere and you acting foolish. You roll up somewhere and you fighting, or you just being ignorant. You get what I'm saying? Or
Like, you know what's the funniest thing? Girls wear designer, but when they go into their hallway, they smell piss.
okay. Now, okay.
Hello. How you doing?
So-
I'm not trying to play you, baby. I just want you to be better.
Now, could that just be a form of manifestation?
The
Could
piss
that
is
be-
manifesting into what?
No, not the piss. Not the piss. You know, think about so many people that stop. Listen. Think about so
No,
many.
she said it's manifesting, y'all.
No.
She said the urine is manifesting.
Not the urine.
What is it manifesting? The holy
Stop
water?
It. Stop it. Good night.
It's gonna turn into a lake outside
All
her
right,
crib?
Stop it.
A pond.
So they could be wearing I'm not gonna say
It's
that
not denial.
they're wearing designer, you know, to live the life that they actually want. And they say, you know,
I don't have a problem with wearing
you
designer.
know, when they say like, you know, when I don't really care
but
what
here,
anybody wears. I don't know shit about.
back to what I'm trying to say.
Uh,
Those things don't make you bad. Like
it doesn't. That doesn't. I agree with
it
that.
does not make you bad. Just cause you above. First off,
Uh-huh.
a real gorgeous woman, that's like 1 out of 18 girls, 1 out of 10 girls, 1 out of 15.
Really?
You think gorgeous is something that everyone, you're gorgeous. It's just like an A+. Everybody can't be an A+. Everybody can't be a valedictorian or pseudo-dictorian. It's not for everyone.
Okay.
I'm okay
But 1 in
with
15,
being
1 in
an
18?
average looking male.
I feel like I've been there. I've seen like a crowd of females, and at least like in the 10, see about like 4 gorgeous ones that are like, yo, you're. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. And you
You know how
back.
many times I called a woman gorgeous in my life?
How many times? Well, but that's you. You know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Let me ask you a question. Name an actress or a singer that you consider gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
I miss you. I miss
Who's that?
Oh, that's not her. But I was just saying.
Gorgeous. I think Scarlett Johansson is gorgeous.
Scarlett Johansson, the girl that did she's an not X-Men,
She in the
Avengers.
Yeah,
I don't think she's gorgeous.
I think I love her.
I think Angelina Jolie's gorgeous.
She's gorgeous too.
But Angelina Jolie looks a lot better than her.
I don't
in
think
the
so.
face. You talking about prime Angelina Jolie, like with Denzel Washington?
I mean
that movie. I don't think Scarlett Johansson messed with that.
I don't know. I think she's beautiful. I think I love her face. It's just
okay. This name someone else.
Megan Fox.
She's gorgeous.
You get what I'm saying?
She's gorgeous. But so we naming white girls. Let's name some black women.
Sanaya Lathan is beautiful. She's gorgeous to me.
Sanaya Lathan. I think she's pretty.
Who else?
I don't think she's gorgeous. Name someone melanin.
People. Oh, Naomi Campbell.
Oh yeah, she's gorgeous.
She's gorgeous. You get what I'm
she's
saying?
a model, huh?
but I'm saying either way, but even though she's a model, she's a person. You get what I mean? That's just a celebrity.
Once again, you see how hard it is for you to find these names.
Because you know what? It's just because I am not great with celebrity names.
No. It's all right. I'm just trying to say, like, this is what I'm trying to get at, right? I'm gonna name a R&B girl. Puffy's ex-girlfriend.
So what's her name? What's her name?
You know what I'm talking about? She was just with her a few years ago when they broke up. Now she got kicked to another guy. But she's gorgeous.
What's her name? Oh God. Dang.
It's all good. We gonna talk about.
We know her name.
Yeah, y'all know her name. She's she's fair skinned. She's.
Don't she sing that song? What's her name?
But it don't matter. Yeah. But what I'm trying to say, she's gorgeous. If I bring her in a room with women that think they're gorgeous, it's no competition.
I don't know.
It's just like Beyonce. I think Beyonce is a pretty girl.
Yeah, she's I think she's beautiful.
She's pretty. She's beautiful. But do I think she's gorgeous? No. I think that her beauty can be matched with someone that has the same amount of money.
You know me. You know what it is? I don't look at people as in like rank. Not like, you know what I mean? Like I
don't do either.
It's just more like
what I'm trying to say is
all just beautiful.
Listen. I'm not trying to be superficial. I'm just trying to say that Baddie.
Yeah.
Slow your roll.
But
because then when a real baddie, like to me, Mary J is baddie.
Yeah.
You know why Mary J is baddie? Not because of her looks. She walk in a room, give me my attention.
Basically.
Then she get on stage, she start taking them heels off or doing that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Beyonce's a baddie.
Yeah.
Ashanti's a baddie.
Yeah.
You know, they're baddies. Why? It's not because of their looks. It's because of
everything.
Everything. So what I'm trying to say is, how do you feel? Because if Rihanna says she's a baddie, and you go like, I'm a baddie too, Rihanna gonna look at you like,
she would.
Where?
How do you know she's gonna look at her
Rihanna's
like that?
Shady.
She
is shady.
But that doesn't mean she ain't gonna empower the next woman. She has a whole lingerie line for all types of different women. So she's not gonna
she might not say nothing because a lot of people think a lot. And you know this, man.
But you don't know. Maybe she's still thinking like, oh, because you know what? The other side of that, right? I understand where like, oh, you can't call yourself a baddie because you don't have this or whatever the case is.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to say for me, a baddie is a woman that got her life together.
Okay, I get that. And you have it all together.
And you have it all, and you're attractive, and you're there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
When a guy see you, he's like, she's an option. And not an option for number 2 or side.
But I don't think
mistress.
that should even be in the dynamic of you being a baddie, like that being a thought, like, oh, now because I'm here, now he's gonna think I'm valuable to be number 1.
No,
you get what I mean?
How you carry yourself determines if you should be number 1. Because there's a lot of women that's number 1s that's not baddies. It's because they carry themselves how they demand respect.
Mm-hmm. But doesn't that make her a baddie in herself? Doesn't that bring her to a baddie level as well? You get what I mean?
What I'm trying to,
she's
all I'm trying to say is, right, is there's 1% of the United States is rich.
Yeah.
I'm not rich.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could say I'm well off.
Yeah.
Cool. I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
But I'm okay. Reality. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I get it.
Just bring it to reality. Just bring it to reality. Because then when you overdo yourself, you're only screwing yourself. It's nothing wrong with being normal.
I don't think it's
because everyone is unique. Everyone has different traits. So we're all not, just because you're normal don't mean you're the same as everyone else. We all different.
I don't think there's any such thing as normal.
Cool. I can accept that. And you know what? That makes sense. But what I was using as normal, I wasn't using normal as the same.
Yeah.
I was saying normal as you wake up, go to work, do what you got to do to make money. Nothing's given to you. You have to earn it. To me, that's a normal person.
Okay.
Because if your father's Denzel Washington, sorry, baby, you ain't earning nothing.
Yeah.
You good.
Basically.
You got Jumpstart. If you Magic Johnson's son, the gay one,
yeah.
Sorry. I can't afford his lifestyle. You know why? His shoes probably cost as much as my rent.
Yeah, or more.
Every shoe.
Or
not
more.
one.
Yeah.
Every shoe.
Yeah.
Or more. Every time.
Basically.
Maybe 3 of my rents.
Basically.
4 of my rents.
Basically.
So like, and guess what? He's a baddie. I have no problem with nothing.
Nothing against us.
Yeah.
We just talking regular. We
love
for everybody, love for everybody. Love. So go ahead.
Let's get back to these questions, right?
Definitely. So, that's really, so one of the things I wanted to, and it goes to the whole valuing yourself or overdoing it or whatever the case is, even though I'm still conflicted on that, because it goes back to this, one of my points about this, what you bring to the table kind of situation. I do not think that it's bad to kind of, have not a higher value of yourself, but kind of see yourself in a higher, like, especially if that's what you're trying to achieve. And maybe that's because, the whole thing with manifestation is more of the life that you want. You have to start to think in it so that you start moving in it, so that you start moving towards it and to actually get it, which is like regular normal.
That I have a thing with this manifestation.
I know you do.
So I'm not going to get into it with you.
But let me finish it. I know you do, but let me just finish it. Let me just finish the thought. And that's a whole nother episode. So, but like more of just, this is what I want, so I'm going to move and think like I'm in it. Even if at the current time, this might not be my life, but this is what I'm going to do because I want to get that life. Not saying that, just if you think it, it's, if you think it, it does happen. It's just more of like thinking it without any type of work. To me, that's unrealistic, but whatever. So my thing is more of, when you asking what you bring to the table, I do believe that some people are extremely delusional when it comes to like, now I'm going to ask you to provide something that I can't provide you. And not only financially, it's more of like, here we are at the table. Like, what can you give me? You want somebody to bring you peace. You want somebody to be of comfort to you. You want somebody to, be there for you, but you yourself lack communication skills. You yourself lack self-awareness. So when it comes to this question, even though I do not believe it should be a question, a question when you first start dating, I just believe that when you're coming to meet somebody that you,
I think that's questionable.
What?
If it's a question you should ask, I think you can ask this question in a different way.
Yeah, that's what it is. I don't think
so. She's talking about the initial way it's said.
Yeah, basically what you bring to the table. I don't think that's how it should be presented. I think that if you're beginning to date somebody, it should be broken down into questions. You want to know this person,
or
that's you know what that's like.
You lay traps. You say certain things to see how they respond and see how they react. Because a lot of the times people subconsciously give you the truth.
Yeah.
So
hopefully they just give you the truth.
So the reason why I talked about the baddie and those things is because, do people really value themselves correctly? And this goes for men and women. Like me, I just told you my life is okay. Like, I have my own everything. But I feel my life is okay because I'm poor and broke compared to Donald Trump and Jay-Z. Sorry, not comparing to those guys. So I think that people really need to understand, like, when people say they got money, that's very figurative.
Yeah.
Because, I got 50,000 in the bank. Cool. But what you
doing?
What you doing? So like having money and doing these things or figure value shouldn't go by just your finances. It should go by your personality, who you are.
Basically.
I think that those all play a percentage of your value.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Percentage.
Because you got people that can't get a break in life.
Yeah.
But guess what? They have everything else. Personality, charisma. They have the motivation. They even have ambition to get to where they got to get to.
Yeah.
But they just can't catch a lucky break. And I don't think that they're devalued. I think that maybe they just need the proper push to find their lane. Some people take a long time to find their lane.
Yeah.
To find their niche.
I mean,
So
yeah.
for me, you know, I realized, like I said before, people are on solo missions versus
And that's the problem.
togetherness.
Yeah. And even that point that you made of like, you know, people don't like the percentage of your value being the personality and what you bring and all of that. Either it shouldn't be just financial. The biggest part of that of why it shouldn't is because at the end of the day, money is not promised. Like it could be, you get what I'm saying? Meaning at any moment, you know, say you're with somebody and something happens, they get sick. They no longer can bring down this money in the situation, or maybe something happened where something crashes and y'all end up broke, whatever, y'all end up messed up.
Yikes.
What now is going to keep you guys sane? What now is going to keep you pushing forward?
Big facts.
If all y'all have is just the financial stuff and there's nothing else you bring to the table, y'all both screwed.
Here's my next thing. This is a question I'm asking viewers. Would you rather be rich and miserable, or poor/broke but happy and have love?
Happy and have love for me.
Same thing for me. You know why? Because those things are invaluable. There's things that you cannot put a value on.
True.
Your happiness, your time, your body.
Right.
So the reason why I said your body is because choppies, right? And male and female gold diggers, both, not just women.
Sex workers.
You
also.
think that when you doing that stuff, after a while, intimacy becomes a job. You don't even have the emotions that longs to it like you're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Like she said earlier, right? You got these young people, like I said, the milk thing. Like
just drink the milk.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like these things are supposed to be earned with your partner.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? You're not just supposed to do that jump right off the Rizzy. Like real talk.
Ladies, don't be drinking milk just to be drinking milk. Don't do that.
Don't be tossing salad, just
Don't
be tossing salad.
Fellas, don't be tossing salad, just be tossing salad.
Not fellas, women.
Women don't be
whoa. Do you know the new thing that women do now?
Yeah,
It's not new. It's not new.
It's not new. They've been doing it for a
You
while.
talking about the and the
Yeah, and that's also expected just off rip
Listen,
now.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
That lot.
I ain't gonna lie to you. If a woman, I have to be in love with a woman for her to do that. I'm talking about, I don't care what no man say. Like, it might be really feel good to you, bro. But a woman got a tongue up your what? And you're like, I'm sorry.
Listen.
There's nothing masculine about it.
Listen, I don't.
And guess what? I'm not knocking you for doing it.
Yeah, because I don't.
But when you make it known that's on the table, like that's what you want her to bring to the table.
I'm not gonna lie. Those clarifications need to be put out there. Like,
Yes.
those conversations, when y'all get to that conversation of like, you know, sex or whatever the case is, that needs to be talked about. Because, you know, like, it needs to be talked about. You can't just cock your legs up.
First off,
you know,
and no offense to men
or
that
a
do
female
this.
can't just be slipping a tongue in there and not let them know that you're into that.
Listen,
you get what I'm saying? This is getting crazy. Like,
listen,
this
let me just say what I got to say. Let me say one thing. Let me just say one thing. I'm gonna let it go. There's no masculine way of doing that. Either you're on your back, on your knees, on your side.
But
there's no masculine way of getting that done. So I'm saying to the males that get that done, like, kudos if that makes you feel good.
Well, listen,
I ain't mad at you, but what I'm trying to say is, let her earn, like build up to that, brother, because you're making yourself look woo.
Well, let's be honest. I mean, all right. While y'all on top, y'all twerking,
huh?
While y'all on top.
On top of what?
When y'all like in the missionary position,
yeah.
Or while y'all like, you know, y'all Y'all doing y'all thing. The whole time you're twerking. Think about it.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
so therefore,
but ain't nobody behind me watching.
Okay, but there's nothing masculine about it. You twerking. Like,
I don't know about everybody else. I don't know about everybody else.
So
she made that point. Cool.
So therefore, you know, the
I
masculine.
don't think that has nothing to do with being.
Because you just said like there's no masculine way to get your butt, you know.
But we're not talking about missionary.
But what I'm saying is, even in missionary, that's not a masculine position to be twerking. You're twerking. So that also is not masculine.
You got men that's getting that done to them and twerking.
Yeah, they are. They twerking right on the tongue. UT, please don't block us.
They don't even know what we're talking about. You gotta know what we're talking about. They know what we're talking about.
Like
I'm just saying,
they twerking right on the tongue.
I'm just saying that there's nothing wrong with these things. Me personally, I'm only gonna get that done to me if the woman really likes doing it, and I'm gonna be like, all right, as your partner, I'll spread it open. But
what? I don't care what anybody does in their bedroom. Whatever you like is whatever you like.
Facts.
That's
I
all
don't
it
care
is.
either. But what I'm trying to say is that I feel like the earning these things is left.
That part.
It's like the intimacy. Like you're supposed to build on that. Like the first time you have sex, it's no oral. Usually just go to kissing, maybe a little nipple action.
But now the way that people
all the way through. And
like,
crazy thing.
Listen. A lot of people, like, no, for real, a lot of people feel like the first time you need to go all out so they know what they got.
Yo.
And to me, that's crazy.
Listen. I had a young girl tell me, looked at me and said, I'm looking at her, I'm like, this is the first time you think in my head, I ain't say all that. I'm like, she didn't tell me nothing. She said, she made it like, I'm seeing what you got. And I'm looking at my head, I'm like, I'm like, baby, like, let this be like, get to the third time, boo.
Like, I'm just, no.
Like, you in my face in it already?
And this goes back to what you bring to the table. So you out here just drinking everybody milk and just eating.
Yes.
But then you like out here like, yo, I need you to do this. And not to say that if you are sexually liberated, you don't have the right to ask somebody to bring something to the table. Because I don't think that you are like your sexual liberation devalues you. I definitely do not believe that. But when you get to a point where you're just like, this is what I'm gonna do off the
it's just
rip.
Like, listen. It's just like when you do the aggressive sexual activities, the choking, the hand around your neck. You're not supposed to do that off the rip. You're not supposed to do that off the rip because that could be rape. So for me, it's like yo, trying to say like people are so heavy sexualized that they're devaluing their sex. They're devaluing a part. Like wake up. Like and not for nothing. If that's what your partner is into and y'all like that, cool.
And that's what I mean.
But guess what though? But guess what? If he did that or she did that with you first time, how many other people he did that?
Yeah. But
you come home from the club. Look,
somebody might be into that though. Somebody might be okay with like.
Listen to me. You went out on a one night stand, right? You bring Shorty to the house, and homeboy licked her cheeks. He don't know if she cleaned them proper.
I mean, okay.
You don't know this woman. Like first date, y'all get an opportunity. Bang bang, boom boom. You went out with her. You doing all the extra. Mm-hmm. You don't even know if this is the woman to even do that with. Okay. You don't know her hygiene status.
He's the man to do that with.
She don't know his hygiene status.
Yeah, basically.
You like put some respect on your body.
Yeah.
Put some respect on this. Like,
and I will say that like once again, I don't judge anybody that
and listen, let me say this for y'all. Me and her, we love sex. So we do it.
I'm gonna just say
we do it.
He ain't got to put my business out there. Y'all ain't got to know all that.
But you know what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to say like we're not novel. We're not.
Yeah, basically.
We're not novice.
No.
We're
Definitely
well
not.
experienced.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna just jump through that with.
Well, let me say this. I do know that in that kind of situation, See, I don't judge anyone that's sexually liberated like that, because there are situations where, like you just said, put more value on your body. But there's a lot of people who don't know that they're not valuing their body. There's many people who don't see it as them devaluing their body. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, you have the situation where there's someone that, it's just like a female being in a messed up situation with a dude. She's not valuing herself by allowing this to happen. It's the same thing, like, and it's with men too.
Isn't that the same thing
you
you just said?
Yeah,
that was a bullet.
Basically,
for me, are
but
men and women truly value themselves?
Some of them don't know no better.
Facts.
You get what I mean? And we all have been there. This is not like judging, saying like, oh, do this, and no. It's, for me personally, it's experience. I was someone who didn't, realize my value. I allowed people to come into my energy and kind of just take advantage of me, or kind of, was, or like, or just trying to please somebody else, and that being my focus. You get what I mean? So when we talk about this stuff, it's not, I don't want it to be.
We're not hating on y'all. We're not trying to discourage y'all.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to educate y'all.
And basically, and I am coming from the perspective of someone who has done this, made these mistakes, and are just kind of saying like, this is where it gets you.
And honestly speaking, I made mistakes too.
Yeah.
We all have.
You get what I mean?
What I'm trying to say to you, I just told y'all 18, 19, 20.
Yeah,
I was a choppy.
Like,
so, and you still ain't explained that definition. So, but
because I was looking at it, I didn't want to give the wrong definition, but all right. So, a choppy that would have I know. I was trying to look it up in Urban Dictionary to get the exact definition, but a choppy, that an actual
Gafuna. Give him the gafuna.
No, that's not funga. It's actually not the garifuna.
I thought that's Spanish. I thought it was
Well, no, it's Dominicans. It came from a Dominican culture who created that statement. And he said, give them the garifuna, meaning, I am a garifuna, Afro-Latina, Guatemala, Honduras, 502, 504, boom! But
isn't she a dot, y'all?
Not Dottie. So, but a choppy, the term originated in the Dominican culture, and it's basically a female who, usually a really beautiful female, or just, a female that's kind of like a 7 and up, that only dates guys with money, and she kind of used these guys for money to basically, get a one up, basically make
or a slight prostitute.
I'm not gonna say slight prostitute, but she uses the money that these guys give her to basically live, to basically, build her whole situation, a hustle, or to come up, and that's really it. So, you have these shoppies who kind of do that, and they go into these situations, they deal with these men, and some of these men are, of course, they're not about their best interest. I'm not gonna say that's always the situation, but these men are not in there for their best interest, so therefore their body is now expendable. You get what I mean? And their body is either, they're using this whole bunch of energy this whole bunch of transaction of energy that's going on, and it kind of screws them over in the end when they start to try to look for love. Because you're only, when you get in a situation with a dude that has money over you and you don't have anything, and you kind of come in this, unless you got some skills and you know how to play the game. Because that's really what it is. You need to know how to play the game of the situation. You need to know how to manipulate it so you don't get screwed. But at the same time, all of these, like we had talked about this last night, all of these, opportunities are really just moments.
Very momentary.
You get what I'm saying?
So here's the thing I tell people, men and women. If you want to be treated like a material item, don't forget that there's something newer and better. Basically. Don't forget that shit goes on sale. Don't forget that the minute you served your time, they'll toss you. Mm-hmm. So anytime you want a person to treat you and spend money on you, and that's what you're about, don't be mad about the outcome. Because sooner or later, what comes around goes around.
Well, if that's your only intention. Because I'm not gonna lie, I like to be wined and dined. I like to be treated. I like to be taken out.
But that's not, we're talking about choppy.
Those are basic. Like, if that's your, if that's only your intention.
Hello, future suitors out there. She likes to get wined and dined. She's a very rambunctious young lady.
No, thank you.
You know what I'm saying? She's very spunky, today's episode was about what can you bring to the table. So for me, on the what can you bring for the table, I feel like it shouldn't all be, both parties shouldn't be all about finances. It should be about the love, the happiness, the personality. Is this person right for you? Is he suited for you, or she suited for you? It's all about, can y'all compromise for each other, love each other, and make each other happy? You know what I'm saying? All this, the minor details like the phone conversations and those things. Honestly speaking, when you really get that feeling for a person, you're gonna do it naturally. When you really want to be there in their life, that person will know that. And that's what really matters.
Basically. Because
if y'all have like-minded goals, y'all gonna achieve what y'all gonna achieve together as a team. And it shouldn't be a one-person mission. A woman shouldn't look at a man as a financial upstanding, and a man shouldn't look at a woman as a vagina. We should look at each other as human beings, because at the end of the day, that's what really matters.
Yes.
And all this hoopla about Baddie and a dude saying I'm that. It shouldn't be about that.
Tell him, see.
You know what I'm saying? It should be. It should be about, I'm the guy for you, boo, and you the woman for me. So let's prove it to each other, and let's get what we gotta get.
Thank you guys for joining us and clicking on our show. Please drop a comment and let us know what you think about all of the topics, all of the points that we made. And definitely drop a comment and let us know what other topics you want us to talk about, because we'll definitely look at them, pick them up, and talk about it with you. And
the more you like the comments, the more it drives us to have a video on it.
Yes.
So don't be shy. Don't be scared.
Don't.
Like it. So I would like for y'all to subscribe and look at our future videos.
Like, share them also. Now, salam, goodbye. I'm Jay.
I'm C. Thank you for coming to our show.